Siemano, jesteśmy dalej w podróży.
Tak, wracamy teraz już z powrotem na północny wschód Anglii. No i po drodze zatrzymaliśmy się w takim miasteczku.
Ale jednak bardzo ważnym miejscu dla historii Anglii, a mianowicie w Durham. Pisze się Durham. Za chwilę wejdziemy do słynnej katedry. Jest to jeden z najstarszych kościołów w Anglii. A już dalej, no to już będzie stać przed nami tylko otworem Miodosytnia. Miodosytnia w mieście Washington, także zobaczymy. Najpierw trochę kultury, a potem trochę miodów. Katedra w Durham to jeden z najstarszych kościołów anglikańskich, zachowany w niemal niezmienionej formie od czasów normańskich. Jej budowa rozpoczęła się już w roku 1093, aczkolwiek liczne źródła wskazują, że powstała ona na bazie istniejącego tu już od kilkuset lat kościoła. Obecna jej romańska forma jest końcowym efektem kilku etapów rozbudowy i przebudowy. W roku 1983 budynek ten został wpisany na Światową Listę Dziedzictwa Kulturalnego UNESCO. Katedra obecnie jest siedzibą czwartego w hierarchii kościoła anglikańskiego biskupa diecezji Durham. W jej monumentalnym wnętrzu znajdują się m.in. relikwie świętego Huberta, który jest jednym z patronów Anglii, oraz Oswalda, patrona rodziny królewskiej i jednego z pierwszych władców Królestwa Northumbria, który to wprowadził na tych terenach chrześcijaństwo. Z interesujących faktów warto tu wspomnieć, że kościół ten stał się inspiracją do stworzenia szkoły Hogwart przez twórców serii filmów o Harrym Potterze, a sama katedra była miejscem kręcenia kilku scen dwóch pierwszych filmów z tej właśnie serii.
Gdzieś to musi tu być chyba, nie?
13 niby, ale nie wiem czy to jest ta ulica.
13? Chowa 13, stary.
To
Ja
jest
pierdzielę, jak na dębcu, słuchaj.
12. Nie, sorry.
Co to jest?
10?
10? Nie.
By było tu. Co to jest taki garaż?
No nie wiem, zobaczymy zaraz.
Nie wiem, zapukam, zobaczymy. Nie wiem, zapukaj. Meadery. Yes, Chris, yes. Cool, there we are. We get to the Crossroad Brewery, is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
The smallest meadery in the UK?
Quite probably.
It is possible. We're gonna show you in a moment how it is. Chris, the owner and head brewer as well, head mead maker.
All in one.
Chris, how you find out, like basically how you start with meadery, how you start with mead, what's bring you to actually make mead, not any other beverage?
When I was a kid, my mum used to do home brewing, just like little wine kits, just like the buckets that we see behind us. She used to make 15-gallon every 2 weeks because that's how long the kits took. And then, obviously, as I grew up, moved away from that. I left my job at Asda in about 2016. And I was thinking to myself, right, I want to just bring back things from my childhood that did actually make us happy. One of the things that made us happy was actually sat watching the airlocks bubble away. Like I got to thinking, right, my mum used to make wine. How can I make wine better? Well, I can make honey wine, I can make mead. I then went to Newcastle the next day and a guy from Magic Mead was selling mead. And it was like, right, so I know how to make that ish. I'll go home, get a 1-gallon demijohn and just crack on. So that's exactly what I've done. I bought the cheapest one you can find in Sainsbury's, I think it was, for like £1 a jar. Went and picked myself some wild plums and just let it all ferment from there.
Did you ask your mom how she was doing, or you remember?
I just worked from memory.
Right. So you basically start from straight away to the commercial. It wasn't the home
mead
No,
maker?
no, I done home brew effectively
Mhm.
for about a year. Got to the point where there was 3 5-gallon demijohns going in the spare room, and my wife's saying to us, you know, you're not drinking it, you're not doing anything with it.
Yeah.
Go to college and get yourself qualified so that your house can stop smelling of alcohol.
It's very often when women push men to actually take out from the home to start selling. To be
Yeah.
honest, you're not only one.
So it was like, oh, okay, miss. And then that's what I done. I went to a place called Brew Lab in Sunderland, got me started a fermentation course done and done a wild fermentation course as well. And then just started applying for my licenses and like saving money, getting money from wherever I could to get to the point where I'm at now, where I'm hoping maybe next year I can start actually taking a proper wage from it and rely more on the brewery than
Because what's the production at the moment? Yearly or monthly?
yearly, I'd say about 1,000, 2,000 litres.
Liters. And you pretty much sell everything as well.
Yeah, as soon as it's made, the people I'm dealing with at the moment are basically taking it all off us.
So what kind of meat you do it? What's your best-selling product? What's your favorite personal, or what's favorite for customers?
Favourite for customers is definitely the banoffee mead. It's just a basic banana mead, and then we're back sweetening it with honey. I am working on improving the recipe at the moment because I want more banana flavours in there.
Right.
Second best seller is more than likely the blueberry and lychee mead. I love lychees, and I fell in love with them when I was working in the kitchens. So it was like, right, that's my first recipe, that's the first recipe I'm designing, and I just started it from there. So that's, like I say, the second best seller. After that, it's probably the Scottish Heather, which is effectively a plain mead, but with the Clitoria tea added to it for the nice blue colour.
You also do barrel aging, which is quite surprising for us as a small medium.
Didn't say why not. So the barrel behind you there is what I originally started off in, just for trial batches. And we'll put a litre of Scottish Heather in there, and before it went in, it was like a tiered system. So you had Scottish Heather, and then a layer of nothing.
Right.
And then Scottish Heather. That's the only way I can describe it. It was like walking up a step, missing a step. We then put it in the barrel for a couple of weeks. The barrel brought all of that together within literally 2 weeks, and you were just left with this smoky Scottish Heather flavour. And yeah,
Right, okay.
when we first tried it, it was just like, holy shit, that's better.
So are the Scottish Heather there as well?
Yeah, both of these are filled with the Scottish Heather mead at the moment, and it's been in there for 3 weeks.
Wow.
So it shouldn't be much longer before it's ready.
How long actually you aging your meat from?
In that size barrel, I'm doing it for 6 weeks because obviously bigger quantity means bigger time. But if we look at like the 30 litre one, you can do that in 2 weeks flat. That's
And then you do it, right.
Crossroads Brewery, Meadery.
meadery, brewery.
That's a commercial name, obviously, isn't it? Crossroads Brewery. What are you fermenting in? Because obviously I've noticed here there's a bit of a mixture. There's some stainless steel, there's some glass, there's some plastic. Do you want to talk us through it?
Yeah, it's basically just me, like the stainless steel I was experimenting, so I wanted to find out how it would brew in stainless steel. I am used to brewing in plastic, but again, when I first started out in glass, so I do like to keep them for the aesthetic more than anything else. The plastic fermenters I do prefer though, because the plastic just gives it that little bit of extra heat capture, which works well in this place during the winter because the winter obviously temperatures drop and you end up fighting the battle just to keep the place warm.
Yeah, actually the northeast of England in Washington, in tiny way. So it is a bit colder here than it is down south.
Yeah, just 1 or 2 degrees, but then 1 or 2 degrees, as you know, is brews yourself, it makes a huge difference.
It certainly does. Obviously, you've got quite a few little like a gallon demijohns. What's inside of those?
A mixture of things. So we've got Black Forest mixed with cardamom and saffron. We've got watermelon and strawberry. This is a test for a future chili mead, and we've used both chilies in it.
Wow.
It's quite interesting to say the least. We have hazelnut, cherry, the top of the head, beetroot and fennel, and coffee with a final ready cherry for a customer to buy.
So basically, there's all like a test batches for you to experiment and then see if anything going to take off, and then you can start making big batches.
Yeah, put the
Yeah,
quantity
yeah,
on them.
absolutely.
Okay, you just start talking a little bit about the license thing in, for your situation, but it is difficult in England because, to be honest, if someone decide open meadery in Poland,
Yeah.
wouldn't be point to go all hassle through the paperwork, inspector visit. If you want to do it as such a small amount scale, looks like in the UK it's worth it to do it.
Yeah.
Could you tell us a little bit how it is? It's difficult, it's easy, how long it takes?
As long as you get everything right, like as long as your paperwork is 100% right from moment go, you shouldn't have a problem. Like most businesses, especially businesses in the first 3 years, I've had a lot of lessons to learn. But getting through like your local council bits, that's really, really easy. Obviously a clean police check probably helps.
Which is you, okay?
Oh, totally. I'm good with it. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to do this.
Well, you maybe put on a false name, I don't know, but better check.
So you apply to your local council. Your local council will ask you to put 2 adverts up, one in a local paper or a national paper, and the second one being.
I stop here. You want to say council in England ask you to put advert for your new business,
Yes.
and that's the part of the license,
Yes.
right? Okay. All right.
It's a bit like an advert, but it's not. You're literally getting about this much in the newspaper.
It's information that about you actually gonna produce and sell alcohol in that province. Okay, but still very cool.
You pay. I think I paid £500 for it, and that was that. If there was any objections, that's when the council would have looked at it, asked, obviously, are them objections relevant? If yes, right, you need to change something, or alternatively, it wouldn't have been granted at all. They can just null and void it there and then. You get a check from the police.
The
They-
promise or you personally?
Both.
Both. Okay. Yeah.
So the police will come round, right, what you doing here, why you doing it, all the typical questions. 9 times out of 10 they're left happy. The 2 police officers that turned up here were non-uniformed officers.
Right.
Came in, had a quick look around, yep, it's your business, well done, crack on. And it was,
And that's it.
and that's it.
So, to start a business from the point of the legal things, it's probably about £1,000. I don't mean about renting the place, just to get all license.
Yeah, I'd say about £1,000. AWRS number is fine and easy to obtain. So yeah, about £1,000.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, you're more than welcome.
I hope so. You richly are our neighbor, so I hope so. We're gonna see you more often.
Definitely.
And
Hopefully before February.
hopefully they will grow, and soon you're gonna be not the smallest one in the UK.
Zakończyliśmy właśnie wizytę w najmniejszej i najmłodszej prawdopodobnie miodocytni w Anglii, Crossroads Brewery. Całkiem przypadkiem dowiedzieliśmy się, że w Washington w Tiny Ware znajduje się posiadłość, w której mieszkała rodzina George'a Washingtona, pierwszego prezydenta Stanów Zjednoczonych. Niestety nie możemy tam dzisiaj wejść, bo już jest taki czas, że zamknięte, ale jest to bardzo ładna, fajna posiadłość, także jeżeli jesteście gdzieś w pobliżu, to taka ciekawostka, może warto odwiedzić. Dla nas to jeszcze nie koniec, jeszcze musimy coś zjeść, także jedziemy teraz na jakiś dobry obiadek, także do zobaczenia za chwilę. Nasza podróż po Anglii dobiega końca, przyszedł czas na finał naszego angielskiego sezonu, odwiedziliśmy kilka miodosytni, mam nadzieję, że razem z nami zwiedziliście je, obejrzeliście sobie i podobało Wam się. My jesteśmy oczywiście zachwyceni, jak zawsze zresztą. No i taki będzie krótki czas na podsumowanie przy obiadku. A cóż lepiej zjeść, jak nie fantastyczną rybkę z frytkami, będąc w Anglii, prawda? Także za chwilę wchodzimy do środka. Ja Wam serdecznie dziękuję za ten sezon i do zobaczenia już wkrótce.
Jesteśmy w restauracji specjalizującej się w owocach morza i klasyczna rybka po angielsku, czyli frytki. Frytki są robione ze ziemniaków, nie są jakieś mrożonki, no ale przede wszystkim rybka w panierce. Jest to za ogół tylko mąka. Ta akurat ma dodatek trochę piwa, nie ma tam wody, bo na ogół się dodaje, miesza mąkę z wodą. Tym razem dodali piwo i w tym się obtacza rybę, wrzuca na głęboki tłuszcz i tak właśnie smaży. Bardzo dobre danie, ale oczywiście muszą być w odpowiednim miejscu i w odpowiednich warunkach. My jesteśmy akurat w takich, także zabieram się do jedzenia.